He's the most senior member of Islamic State ever to face trial in a US court. Shafee Elsheikh is alleged to be one of a group of British men who captured and murdered Western hostages in Syria. They were nicknamed the Beatles by their victims, a way of shattering the anonymity of the men behind the masks. Prosecution lawyer John Gibbs told the jury the defendant played a central role in a brutal hostage-taking scheme. The abuse was unrelenting and unpredictable. They seemed to enjoy beating the hostages. Mohammed Emwazi, nicknamed Jihadi John, was filmed carrying out the beheadings. The prosecution say Elsheikh was his accomplice, but the defence claim he was a simple IS fighter. Lawyer Edward McMahon said the evidence will be inconsistent. Released hostages will tell a different version of who the Beatles were. You will hear different versions of who is John, Ringo, George. You might even hear of Paul, another British man. In 2018, Elsheikh and Alexander Cote, who has now admitted to being one of the Beatles, gave an interview to Sky News.
Despite what the media says, we are human beings and we do have empathy. And also, despite what the media says, we haven't been formally charged or convicted of anything.
Journalist James Foley was murdered in Syria in 2014. His mum, Diane, pushed to bring his suspected killers to the US.
I'm just kind of incredulous that he's pleading innocent, and only time will tell. That is the good thing. He's going to get a fair trial. It's in stark contrast, obviously, to what our son James endured.
Bethany Haynes, the daughter of murdered Scottish aid worker David Haynes, was also in court. She hopes the trial will reveal the location of her father's remains. The dignity and decency of this justice process is diametrically opposed to the horrors of a faraway land which are being recounted in court. For the families of Elsheikh's alleged victims, this is the culmination of their long battle to see some semblance of justice served. Martha Kellner, Sky News, Virginia.